What is up, everybody?
Hello!
I'm very underdressed for tonight's
You
Modern
didn't get
Magic
the
Monday.
memo.
I missed the memo.
I mean, I took the tie off.
He was
for
like,
you.
I didn't want to rub it in his that much.
No.
Maybe for the invitational, we can both look nice.
I like it.
Oh no! There's voices in the background. So it's another episode of Modern Magic Mondays. We are in week number 2 of season number 2, and there was a bunch of stuff happening over the weekend.
Oh my god. There was so much going on. I didn't know how to keep up with it all.
There was esports happening.
First of all, congratulations to everyone that was in Evo. I don't know if we're watching. If we have anyone at home that watches fighting games, keeps up with esports like that, It was nuts.
Insane.
Just go watch Hungry Box and Armada from the Netherlands. It was crazy.
Super Smash Brother Melee final.
Yep.
Pretty insane.
I mean, as always, Hungry Box. I hear he's
Hairball here first.
Yo, Hairball, what's going on, dude?
I don't know why our chat isn't.
Hungry Box is getting like second and third the past couple Evos. So this was it for him. 2016 was what he needed.
Yeah.
Armada, I think, won last year.
Yeah,
so.
he's won. He's already a champion.
Yo, Dionysus back as What's going on?
And everybody was like, "Oh, is Mango gonna be able to get his third championship?" Yeah. Like there was so much excitement and hype going on for Evo. So that was happening. We also had the pre-release for, Flying Spaghetti Monster got his own set.
What's the set? What's the set called, dude?
Eldritch Moon.
Yes, well done. Eldritch Moon came out pre-release.
So that was exciting.
Yeah.
I did not get to play, sadly, but I don't know. You played? You played. So before we go on to other stuff that happened this week, what did you think of the set?
Okay, so let's just check the viewer list real quick. Okay, I think we're okay. It was kind of underwhelming.
Okay.
It was kind of underwhelming.
You're not the first person that said that to me.
I think that there are definitely cards that are going to mesh well, especially in the meta for Modern. I think there's a couple of them out there that we're going to see. Speaking of which, just as an aside, I saw Jeremy Miller yesterday. Our Season 1 Invitational.
Yep, Season 1 champ.
And he said, oh, by the way, the Promised End, I'm going to be putting in Tron.
The Promised End?
Yeah, Emrakul, the Promised End.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting in Tron. So, some people think that there's going to be a couple that are going to be hitting the field.
Play.
I know Lyle liked a white instant, 1 and 1 colorless.
Right,
I'm trying to think of. It's got the
pay some life and you can add more
thank you so much,
effects
dude.
to
Just
it.
coming off work.
Is it that one?
Yeah, that's it. It's got the escalation.
Really, he just wanted to show me up.
No.
PS. It is all
work. Red Train.
Yay! That's what we need. Didn't know until I got here.
Hashtag step up your game, man.
Right? Is that how Mondays are going to start going?
But other than that, it is pretty underwhelming. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just...
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty much done with Eldrazi right now. We've had it up to here with Eldrazi, so now we gotta do something fun. So I'm hoping Kaladesh is going to be the one that just kind of brings it back.
I think that'll be a good... No more Eldrazi for a little bit. We gotta have some fun with that. And we get Conspiracy, which actually, I think we should do a special streaming Conspiracy event.
Okay.
Because I love drafting silly decks, and
we still got the your cube as well.
I know. I gotta actually. I need to. We're hetero nerd life partners, is what it is. So, I need to get the cube back and pick up a couple of stuff that have been placed into decks, like a couple of the lands, things like that. And then yes, we do need to do a Ravnica cube draft at some point and do some more drafting fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was no band modern.
There was no band modern at Comic Kung Fu yesterday, and we had about 13 people. 13 people for it, which is a pretty decent turnout.
Decent for it being a pre-release weekend. I feel like if it was not a pre-release weekend, we might have had more people from the surrounding area.
Most definitely. I think the pre-release kind of it takes people away from the other events that you could be having because it's just like, whoo, new cards, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But that was a lot of fun. We keep an eye out. We will be putting that up on stream for you guys. Special casting event, the No Band Modern.
Yes, we will.
We just have to decide on a date.
And that'll be Bauer's going to help us out with that.
Yes, Chris Bauer was the organizer of the event, so we decided, you know what? You've put in all this effort to make it work. Why don't you come on, sit right here, and talk with us?
We've got a whole spot ready.
Got a whole spot.
Yeah, so we've got that going on. It is season 2.
Season 2.
And like we start with every edition of Modern Magic Mondays, we say a big thank you to everybody that tunes in and watch.
Yes.
You know, we could not do this without your all support. It definitely helps immensely. It's been able to get an awesome play match.
Yes.
We've got player cams set up now because we got a new camera from you guys. We've got stickers which are buried under my cards.
Some people have already got a Telvers when you have
Bam! Modern Magic Mondays. This awesome sticker that we've got given out to anybody that has donated to the stream. I'm getting people's information so I can send them to those.
Did we figure out the randomization?
I know
stream.
I know that Tim and Ben were playing with it.
Okay, alright.
So I'm going to count on them.
Sure.
If they ever show up at the end to do that.
Okay. And if not, we'll do the same thing. I'm here, you can hit start.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Numero uno, season 1.
Season 1,
Strop
Smash.
Smash,
So,
Miller.
big thanks to everybody. I got Nate Hopp's info.
Cool.
So I got to send him his sticker. I still need to get Drewski's, Mr. Drewski Brew, which actually slides us over to a thank you to everybody that has helped donate. We've got, of course, our sponsors, if you will, for the stream. Comic Kung Fu, where all of these are recorded at. We've got Cork Street Taverns, the Pokestop of Modern Magic Mondays.
The Pokestop. If you're in Winchester and you haven't stopped at Cork Street Tavern, what are you doing with your life?
They have great
ribs.
food. I had some ribs last time I was there.
Sounds like a win to
right.
me.
You can just sit there, eat, drink, play Pokemon.
# shameless promotion.
And of course we've got our top donors who've just kind of one-time donation or multiple time donations for some of these guys here. Drewski Brew, of course, number 1 across the leaderboard there, if you would count the donations as a leaderboard.
He is the season all leader, which is awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Atticus, our mystery donor, whom we still haven't figured that out yet. I think once we figure that out, we can probably stop. Right?
Yeah, that's it. That's
it.
Mystery solved.
We found Atticus. It's time to go. We're done.
We're done.
Tetradamus, Burgleton, Nate Hop 34, and Dionysus Bacchus, who is one of the patrons for us.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for all of your support. It means us the world.
It does. So we've done a little shameless plug-in because we appreciate you guys and want you to know that we do appreciate you. But we had week 1 kickoff last week, and we got some player points, if you will, some totals, so you guys can get an idea of where the season's starting off with. So let's actually slide over and start that off, if this is the right image. It should be. It is! Woohoo! Look at me, I've planned it. It's like I did my job or something this week. So here is the end of week 1. We've got some players sitting 13 points, Lyle and Jeremy, though. Fighting for first and second. That seems to be a regular
since we started
occurrence of the season. We've got Alex Mini there, or some variation of that, with 12 points. TJ Schillenberg, 12 points. Charles Boyer with 12 points.
Biscuit.
And Chris Keller with 12 points. We got quite a few 9-pointers.
Quite a few.
But I believe our cutoff. Let me do some counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jaime Rubinos is currently 8th place going into Season 2. But, interesting enough, we have some missing participants for Week 2. There was a concert, apparently.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk. I mean, it felt like every other person was like, hey, really sorry, I'm not going to be there on Tuesday. And then someone else would chime in like 2 minutes later, hey, by the way, I'm also not going to be here. So, we've got some new people on camera, new faces to hold it down for us because...
We do.
Did you get pre-release?
I did not. So, I was up visiting with my fiance's family out where there is no cell service and like no internet. And so I didn't even get to catch any cool Pokemon while I was up there. Actually, no, we were stopped at a grocery store, and there was a Kingler in the parking lot.
Oh, a Kingler, you say?
And I caught it on Holly's phone, and then mine glitched out. Yeah, never got it. So, I was pretty salty about that. Yeah. So no, I did not. I sadly didn't get any pre-release action going when I was up there.
But you know what you did miss? Just as an aside, since we're talking about Pokemon Go, we might as well.
That's perfect. Perfect little segue.
Some people are treating this game like they're gonna win, especially at our shop.
Not sure if you know this. It is not like a regular game.
It's not going to end in any way possible, but some people are proving that they're gonna make that happen. I'm not gonna name names. Ask Brett about Squirtle. That's really rude. I'm really upset about that still.
Did you miss out on a Squirtle?
Well, so we went out, walked, downtown. There's lots of lures everywhere.
Of course, that's like all downtown is.
And
it's great.
It just so happens there's a Squirtle hanging out.
What?
Yeah,
just chilling.
Just chilling. So I sit, I promptly sit down and I say, okay, Squirtle, you and I, this is the one that I need.
I see you.
Yep. And
did you use like the raspberries?
I did. I used 2 raspberries,
all right.
2 Pokeballs, and then the mother effer ran.
Were you using Pokeballs or Great Balls?
I mean, I'm not leveled up enough to get Great Balls.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be a certain level.
Well, no, really?
Yeah. Unless you're going to spend money.
Well, right.
So
what level are you?
Not 11 yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Oh, Mr. Mystic over here. Are you level 11?
I think I'm like 15.
Wow.
Right now.
Oh, Jeremy. Dude. Stop.
But okay, enough. Like before
Modern Magic Mondays.
Yeah,
really sorry. People were out.
But yeah, people were out. You're trying to catch Squirtle.
Yeah,
no luck.
It ran.
What a jerk.
I was really upset the rest of the night.
But before we get too sucked into it,
yeah,
because now that we're talking about Pokemon, this seems like the perfect segue into Saturday.
Oh.
For those
this Saturday. Oh, okay.
Saturday.
You want to do that?
No. You know what? You're looking fancy. Why don't you lead us into it?
So, his girlfriend thinks so too. Jeremy, you cream. Okay. So, this Saturday, if you guys are free, this Saturday evening. I don't think we've set on a time yet.
We have not, but we'll be tweeting about it and
Saturday evening. Nan and I, Mystic, Instinct, Blue, Red. We will be racing Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue against each other live on Twitch.
Yes.
But to throw a curveball into the mix, which is something for Pokemon Go, transition, we will be adding drinks. As you hit benchmarks,
yes,
you need a yellow.
Yeah. Well, the yellow is too easy mode.
Yeah. We're adding drinks to the mix. As we hit benchmarks, if we're the first one to evolve the Pokemon, the opponent drinks. If you beat the gym leader, your opponent drinks. If you catch all 151 Pokemon before your opponent downs a keg.
So as you see, we've got some excitement planned for this Saturday, and there's a way that you can actually view both of our streams at once, and we'll be tweeting about that and posting that up. So wait, downtown?
No, let's not get too crazy. This is not... I will be at my computer, Dan will be here at his computer. Yes. We will be safe inside of our homes.
Yeah, no, the actual game, yes. No, so we'll be doing that, red versus blue. Original, not like the fire red, leaf green style. We're going back where like Pokemon types are not as good as they were, and like the moves are so it's gonna be It's gonna be great.
Yep.
I'm excited.
I'm really sorry that you're not gonna see that because Nan's gonna be the one that's gonna be doing all the drinking.
But we'll be happy to accept donations to make Brett drink.
Oh!
So be sure to send some donations and be like, hey, Brett, I want to name your Pokemon Brett Drinks.
Brett Drinks.
Like,
Brett Drinks 1.
Yeah.
Brett Drinks 2. Brett
so
Drinks 5.
we're basically, Saturday's going to be a fun day for everybody that wants to go back to their childhood and play Pokemon or watch us act like children while playing Pokemon and drinking.
Hey, are those the dudes that talk about Modern Magic sometimes? Are they drinking and playing Pokemon? Anyway, Modern Magic Mondays. Yes. That is why we're here. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and let's just jump right in. I don't even.
You know what?
We've done enough. Segue.
Round 1, bam! Let's get it going, guys. As always, we've got our sweet little play mat going. We've got look how pretty that is. Just look how pretty that looks. We've got our player cams up, and let me get the, of course, timer going. Blammo. Brett's getting the straw poll up and running soon because we've got some control on control.
We do. And I've just kind of shortened it. You let me know. Do you like Grixis? Do you like American?
I'm a bigger fan of Grixis, but I think that American has a better chance since it's gotten a hearing. That's just my thoughts on it.
And what I've done is I put America just so everyone knows what we're about.
So yes, Charles Boyer.
2 votes to 1 for American control.
So get things started. Chris Hare does not have a rank next to him because this is his first week of season 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So
well, welcome, Chris. Welcome.
He's been around the shop every so often, but just wasn't in there before. I can't vote because it'll take me out of the app, but I vote for Grixis. Alright, so Serum coming out to start things out from the Grixis side of things.
You know, draw a card, scry a couple.
Yep, looks like Chris, on the other hand, feels like 17's the way to go. Arid Mesa fetches into a Steam. Will we see another Serum, perhaps?
Maybe. It's unpatriotic to vote against America.
It is a Serum.
Hey, look, check it out. Serum Visions.
It's like I know how to play Modern.
I like that play so much, I'm going to do that as well.
And it looks like he put both in the bottom there.
Donald Trump control versus Grixis. Ooh.
That's another nice way to start things out.
Vision. Recent card that's been unbanned.
We didn't do that.
We didn't. We'll talk about it.
Did you look at it?
No, I have not looked at it.
Okay.
Yep. We were just so excited. So Ancestral Vision comes down for Charles.
Planes.
Seems pretty good.
Steam. Pass. And in this sort of matchup, that is what you're going to see early on. Is a lot of the land go.
Yeah,
land pass.
you're kind of building up your lands, building up your hands, sculpting it to what you want, and then to kind of fire off here and there to see what your opponent is going to allow versus what your opponent deems is not what they want to see.
Yeah. Alright. So, see Charles go fetch off that Scalding Tarn into a Steam Bend tapped. But again, it's a nice kind of calm, quiet.
We have not. We are actually going to take a peek at that after this game.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. If you can. Here comes a Blood Crypt.
This way too, just to be safe.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Just to be on the safe side. Not that we don't trust you all, but we don't trust you all.
We're going to rely on you guys to show us all the cards from our card bot. Here comes a Flooded Strand. And Chris says I'll pass the turn.
Okay, also, Chris is at 4 mana.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's basically at that point saying, I hope that my opponent starts to play things.
Being face Snapcaster Mage.
So, he really wants that Serum.
Yeah, he really...
And he wants to get a threat on board.
Yeah, I like this play. I think where control doesn't lack, but feels a little weak is their pressure.
I'm just a little bit nervous on this plan here, because now he's left with 1 mana up, and
Coast is clear.
Okay, the bolt's gonna come down, kill it off, but the 1 mana is up, and unless he's got like a spell pierce, there's a good chance the hero's coming down this turn. And this is kind of what Chris is going to be hoping he can draw into, or something like that, where he can start to lay down that Nahiri on that turn 4, turn 5, and know that the coast is clear. But it looks like he's got a snap in hand. I don't know if he has a Nahiri currently, but we'll see some fetching. Maybe he'll... oh, actually it just says, you know what? I'm just going to pop all these right now. Let's just go down to 14. Find some basic lands. Alright, let's see what other art we've got going on here. Cup of Islands.
15, right? He only fetched twice.
3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, he's getting his 3rd basic now.
There it is.
So, what do you think of Chris's lands?
Well, I'm going to assume that those are original Zendikars, because did they reprint the Cup lands in
They did not.
Battle?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
no, wait, actually, they did.
Okay,
they did reprint the Cup lands.
And here's Nahiri.
Oh yeah, perfect.
With a 1 mana counterspell backup.
Time to rummage.
Yep. And
I'm just gonna bolt immediately at Nahiri.
Yep.
Hey, targeting myself. Ancestral Vision.
Do you ever get spicy and target your opponent with an Ancestral Vision?
No.
Just checking.
Here's
an Inquisition of God's
I've 3 snaps. And
my.
At least 1 remand. Maybe that's 2 remands. But yeah, it's like you better hope he's got another bolt there, and he does. So here he's gone. Bye.
And here's a Serum Vision. Let's draw Scry 2. Ooh. Tassiker and something else. He kept them both on top.
Tassiker is a great threat to start deploying, especially when your opponent's down to 14 life.
Game on.
Basic swamp here.
Just letting you know what he's about.
Ugh. It says pass. What? Is the sound actually up on here? It shouldn't be. What? You're tricking me. Alright. Lyle's saying you mute the video track so we can hear. I know there shouldn't be any audio coming through besides our voices.
And
the white noise of the AC, which we could probably turn down a little bit too, but it's, super hot out, so
that's fine.
We wanted to try not to melt. Hope you all understand that. Alright, so here we're going to be seeing Kulgan's Command.
Sure.
Great way to get things going.
2 damage.
Yeah, I'd say 2 damage, discard a card, seems fine. And he could return a snap from his graveyard if he wanted to, but...
Yeah, it looks like Remand's going to come down, though.
Yeah, get some of that counter magic out of the hand. It's like, if you were going to target to have him discard anyway, having him remand is fine.
Yeah.
You're like, alright, cool. Yeah, you save yourself 2 damage. You're still discarding a card. It's 1 less counter spell that you're going to have for later. Alright. Build up stage.
Yeah, we got sufficient mana now.
Yeah, okay.
Fire up the Creeping Tar Pit.
And
he knows that this isn't going to, cause too much issues. Snap, bolt seems fine here.
Yep.
Especially if he's got like a remander or something like that.
Charles gonna fetch. Going to 18.
Alright, we've got at least a Dreadbore in. And Cold Guns. 2 damage to you, because you were nice enough to remand that for me. And discard a card.
Yep, so Colton's Command's gonna come down. 2 damage to that Snapcaster.
Still will be losing his Creeping Tar Pit in the process, though. But another remand gets stripped from the hand. However, the Colonnade can now be activated if you didn't have any other threats, and go for that style.
But I like a Nahiri Harbinger
even
here.
better.
Yep.
Rummage it out. Looks like he's got a Helix in hand, a couple other stuff, and debating if he wants to rummage, and rummages the Helix away.
So with our fantastic card bot here, if you guys didn't know, if you have lived under a rock, this is what Nahiri the Harbinger does.
She's
plus 2ing all the way up to
Emrakul.
Emrakul, basically.
All it takes, of course, is 8. And we see a Tasker going to be coming down, delving away some visions, some lands, just a couple things here and there to get rid of. I mean, you really want to keep some counter magic, some bolts, things like that in your sideboard.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, in your graveyard. And yeah, just double checks to see what's going on. He says, alright, cool, now that you've got that, I'll remand it.
Making it a little bit more difficult for Charles.
Yeah.
You know, really making him choose the next time if he wants to deploy the Tassiger without hard casting. But pretty much hard casting at this point.
But here he's still out. If he has a Snapcaster or something, he can jump in front of Tassiger, which would be great. Or, depending on how he does it, he can spend a couple of extra mana and Helix.
Here's the Lightning Helix. Muscles, what's going on,
3.
dude? Welcome to the stream.
He'll be back up to 17 and Bolt.
Oh,
the 2 for 1 is fine at this point because your Nahiri is already at 8. So you know that you're going to be dropping down Emrakul. And a click as well.
My. What? Merfolk? Heck yeah. He's got Silvergill Adept. No, I'm just kidding. Looks like a Slaughter Pact. Terminate. And Drew. Oh, it's that double card. Dang it. He told us last time.
Crime and Punishment.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think that's what it is.
That's like a Ravnica one. Whatever it was, it's returning, or it's doing all kinds of stuff. Nahiri is a master of ways. Alright, Nahiri's back down to 5. There's still that Ancestral Visions at 3 more turns before he can get that going. Looks like rummaging it out.
Rise, fall.
Rise and fall. Thank you. A sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard and target creature card on the battlefield to their owner's hand. Target player reveals 2 cards at random from his or her hands and discards each non-land card revealed this way. Cool. So saying, yeah, I'll get my Snapcaster back from my graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Go into 2 time counters.
And he says, okay, let's take a gander and see what you got going on in your hand.
What did you just draw?
Terminate, Inquisition, Slaughter Pact, and...
Is it a Tarn?
I think so. And it looks like he says, meh, you can keep all those. Inquisition you? Snapcaster. Lightning Bolt, your Snapcaster. And half the exile gets stripped out.
Terminate. Let's get rid of that Vendilion Click.
And there's the bolt getting flashed back. So this is a lot of what you'll see in Control Mirrors. Is
Classic.
This, you know, a lot of lands, a lot of ways to try to prevent threats from staying on the board or getting on the board. Only problem is, Nahiri is now pretty much ready to bring out that Emerald.
She's online.
She's at 9 loyalty. You only need 8 to search your library for a creature that's got haste. And, yeah, that's a way to kind of end things up.
5 rounds tonight. We still made it to 5 rounds.
Still made it to 5. Even with all of the missing players.
Yep.
Because that was a thing. Kolgun's Command.
Oh my.
2 damage to Nahiri, return to Snapcaster.
Yep.
Cryptic. Counter, draw a card. And he says, pass turn. Helix you. Sorry. That hurt.
Chris is going to go to 20. Charles goes down to 14.
And he says Nahiri goes to 1. And I will search for an Emrakul.
And good on Charles, making sure, alright, show me the Emrakul.
Yep. I want to make sure it's not some other crazy thing.
Don't show me the Master Waves, because if you show me that, I'm going to keep hanging on.
But now we go into sideboard mode.
Oh, yeah.
And because Brett's awesome, we've got some sweet little images for y'all.
Oh, here we go. Boom.
Alright. So a lot more one-ofs on Chris's side. But he's got some sweet stuff. Pithing Needle, Is It Static Caster, 2 Crumble to Dust, 1 Wrath, 1 Stony Silence, 1 Anger of the Gods, 1 Negate, 1 Dispel, 1 Celestial Purge, 1 Engineered Explosives, 2 Wear and Tear, 1 Counterflux, and 1 Rivalry.
Okay, alright. What do you like here?
Dispel, Negate for sure. You could bring in the Pithing if you want. It shuts off Creeping Tar Pit. It shuts off Cassiger. But and Counterflux for sure. So definitely the 3 counter spells. You could bring in Crumble to Dust as well, just like a one of Gotcha, to really mess up your opponent's mana base. Especially on like a 3-color deck like that. But for sure he's going to bring in that counter spell stuff.
Okay. And on Charles' side, we have 2 Nihil Spellbomb, 1 Izzet Static Caster, 2 Dispel, 2 Negate, 3 Fulminator Mage, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 Goblin Dark Dwellers, and 2 Anchor of the Gods. Personally, actually, I wrote it down, but then proceeded to never look it up because we have this fancy card bot.
Yep.
The Nihil Spellbomb. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay black and you do draw a card. Okay, so not a bad option.
No.
For this matchup, the spell bombs. I personally like the fulminators.
Okay.
I don't know how much white is normally run in a blue-white-red control deck, but being able to cut Chris off of that white to potentially stop him from being able to cast Nahiri is definitely going to make the matchup a little bit more even, I would say. You know, we're both at the same level playing field if I'm not worried about just a Planeswalker getting Emrakul for the win.
Yeah.
So, Fulminator Mage's Thoughtseizes, obviously, to strip the Nahiris out is another way to slow Chris down.
Yeah, I guess resetting life would be important.
Alright, so, again, a lot of the counter stuff that you're going to see come in for both the guys, and I think it's going to be a similar match in the aspect of Chris is really trying to land a Nahiri.
Oh, sure.
And he's really hoping that Charles is going to start tapping out more. And with the way that his deck is designed, he's going to have to. Like, he needs to play those Ancestral Visions, he needs to play the Serum Visions, and really set things up nicely where Chris can get away with like Serum here, Serum there, land pass for a while until his opponent taps down and he can go, alright, cool, coast is clear, here's my Nahiri. But they are bringing out their new cards, so let's bring it on over to game number 2 between these players.
Hairball, Chris, and Chad. I think we took out Electrolyze ×2, and then for Negate, Dispel, and Purge. Chris looking at his 7 cards. Now we're going to mulligan. Did Charles mulligan?
I don't think he is drawn on his 7 yet. Okay. Or maybe he just went right straight to...
Dude, we always need you. Do you know how difficult it was trying to play Magic as well as try to organize all this?
Ugh, it's a pain.
I was catching people after the fact, like, hey, can I get your sideboard real quick?
Sideboard. I want to write it down so I can know how to beat you. I'm not actually a part of the stream. I just need info.
I got that once.
Really?
Yeah. I ended up playing Kyle, I think, and he was like, "But you know my sideboard now."
It's like I write down and keep track of so many Magic cards. I don't remember your specific sideboard.
I am not going to remember this by the time I hand this back to you.
It's just cards to me right now. Words. They mean nothing.
Silvergill Adept. So it looks like Charles, he's looking at 7. Chris at 6.
This is a tough one. If your opponent's sitting here and mulliganing down.
Ooh, going to 5.
Ooh.
I won't lie, I had to mulligan a lot last night. For Twin, I had to mulligan quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just because...
Well, you have to think. No ban Modern. I think Twin, you have to be even quicker in a no ban Modern format than you do in a regular Modern format. An Aether Vial.
Yeah, Silvergill will work, and I was thinking an Aether Vial to keep, and that makes sense.
But I got some inside tips for the next no ban Modern. I'm not going to tell you.
Dang it! I got the tips and tricks. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
to 4.
Oh.
Couple lands, a counter spell, good to go. Jesus, take the wheel. That's it. We're gonna scry it out. No, just kidding.
Alright, how much are you hurting when...
Here's a Stevens. Here's a Celestial Colony.
Cool. Just kidding. Land.
Yes. And Rise Fall. We're going to do the Make You
Discard 2.
Oh.
Ew.
Wow.
Ew.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Charles' Keep just got better and better as Chris had to mulligan down.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. That's 4. 2.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my.
Him on a mulligan to 4. Scoop! No way. Scoop! Nope. Oh. Never give up, never surrender, I guess.
Here's
that,
a Serum Vision.
That definitely hurts. And both on top. So now you're facing down...
Well...
double scry to the top.
I think he just drew a Nihiri as well. Here's what I don't like about the Grixis deck is it runs a lot of removal.
It does.
You know, so you really have to make the decision early on in the game, am I going to use my removal for threats on board or to deal direct damage to my opponent? And personally, that's a tough call for me. You know, being able to just switch on the fly. Am I going to deal direct damage, or if I'm going to get rid of what I'm worried about?
True.
And he's sitting at 2 mana. Charles, you know, in the mana race, way ahead. Does he have to worry about Nihiri right now?
No, I mean, you're...
And, okay, so there you go. So deploys Tassiger.
Says, can I have this? Do you have a remand or anything? Well, Path is a good way to help get rid of it, but I mean, that's you'll be facing down 5 mana when you're at 2.
Yep. He does, I mean, Chris has great answers. You know, you definitely ride on the back of a Tassiger. And being able to path that away.
What do you think about the art on that swamp?
It's pretty great swamp, and I'm pretty sure that's the only art that he runs in that deck, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Was it out of Shadowmoor?
Yes.
Okay. It stuck out of my head as Shadowmoor, so I just wanted to be sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what he was saying. At least from that block.
Right.
So
out of the Lorwyn.
Yeah.
Here's another land and a pass.
I think there might be 2 Nihiris in hand now.
Okay. Well, if one doesn't get you there, there's definitely a second one.
Yeah, so Steve Vance does come down now. Is that like counter squall or whatever his opponent takes damage and you counter something? Counter target spell, your opponent takes 2 or something? Or no, that's a different card. I don't know. It was a counter spell, I believe.
Well, you know what I did get in the pre-release, though?
What's that?
Stamped Spell Queller.
Oh, it was counter squall. Okay, cool. Sorry. Stamps. Wait, what?
Spell Queller.
What does this do?
I got you. It's probably in here now. Nope. Spellbreaker Behemoth. That's not what I wanted.
That was not it, but nice try.
I'll show you later. It's the one that you can flash in and exile. Oh, here's the Nihiri.
Can I rummage? You may rummage, but I'm gonna kill it.
Oh.
Double bolt. Now we're at a problem because
he just double bolted the Nihiri and has no idea of the other Nihiri.
Truth. The other problem is we can't see the life totals because the players move them up on the above camera.
Well, what are you gonna do?
It happens. So
we were just gonna watch him tap mana and play spells anyway.
That's really, because I know there's been some fetches on Charles' side.
Yep.
I just missed most of them. Because there's another fetch, I know that much.
He's fetched a couple other times.
Here's a polluted delta for Charles. We'll keep track starting now. Alright, he is at 19. It looks like 17, actually.
Okay, we'll pretend he's at 17.
It's a lot of mana.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if I'm in Chris's position, I'm just, like, super jealous. Like, can I just borrow, like, one? Just give me one.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
with
it.
one. You give me, I'll even take that, like, swamp of yours. You know what? You can just, that basic swamp, I'll take. Says, hey, one of my sleeves got broken. I'm gonna replace it. And shuffle that up. Jerks. Alright, land pass. The usual way of going about things. I was going to ask to let me know when there's 20 minutes left at this point so I could scoop and get a decent game 3 in. This game was over on turn 2 after mulling to 5, playing a land, and then having to discard 2 cards. Makes it really difficult. But I think, you know, that's, like, try to play it out a little bit. Maybe you can see a little bit of sideboard cards and stuff.
Take a look and see what is he running, what sort of things do I expect in my game 3.
But I think it is perfectly fine to scoop up earlier, too. Like, if you're sitting here and, like, you're trying to deploy threats and they're just constantly being countered, ew. So this is what all this gas that he's been building. 2 spell snares, which basically get rid of remands, negates, which are nice. Also gets rid of Dreadbore, which is one of the ways to answer Nahiri. There's a Path, there's a Bolt, there's a Lightning Helix, and there's 2 Nahiris. So, yeah, it's like the best course of action is to get rid of one of those spell snares, because this turn there's going to be the opportunity to be able to cast a Nahiri and have that spell snare still available. But with that in mind, Chris still has to play that I need you to tap out so I know the coast is clear.
Sure.
Because I'm not going to sit here and throw my guy into a bunch of counter magic that I can't do anything about. And yeah, there's discussion going in board about, like, it would be different if there was, like, a Snapcaster constantly hitting for 2, or, you know, or a Creeping Tar Pit constantly being activated and stuff like that. But there's just kind of land pass. Ooh, a couple mana leaks in hand, actually, on Charles' side, which are really nice in this sort of position when your opponent is short on lands. 10 mana available right now for Charles, so he can start countering all the stuff and then flashing all back.
Yep, just really make sure. So Lightning Helix comes down.
Down to 14.
Chris back up to 20.
Okay,
here's
Nahiri, 3 mana up, mana leak. I'll pay the 3. Here's another one. Cool, but that gets rid of 2. There's still another Nahiri in hand. Ooh, Spellbomb.
So there you go. So brings in at least 1 Nihil Spellbomb. And he's gonna go ahead and pop it.
Exile your graveyard, and I will draw a card. And hey, there's a Sinarm, so I'm gonna start drawing all these other cards and scrying all this other stuff. But 6 mana still available. 7 mana still available. There's a Dispel in hand for sure. But again, no real pressure or threats from Charles. Ooh.
Desolate Lighthouse.
Yeah. Hey, here's 4 more for another Nahiri. And he says, yeah, sure. There is a snap, so he could have gone for like a
snap mana.
Yeah. Rummaging a lightning bolt away.
Yep. Well, now that Nahiri is stuck, Chris is just on the game plan of how am I going to keep the Nahiri. Snapcaster comes down.
And he says no.
Here's a Spell Snare. Here's the Dispel.
So again, this sort of counter wars taking place. And I'll negate your Dispel.
Alright.
I'll dispel your negate. I'll path your snap.
Yep.
Alright, so snap still resolves.
Resolves, targets. I guess not important.
It can be based on some of the stuff in the graveyard.
I agree.
But it looks like it's
looks
just
like Charles, yeah.
So, but yeah, it could be important, but not as much to make Chris change his mind on his line of play for that, and he'll fall down to 17.
So Nahiri at 5. Ooh, Dreadbore.
Now he's got to hope that. So he's looking through the graveyard and stuff, and like, all right, are there any snaps or that's the exile? I'm sorry. Are there any snaps or anything in there? Can I try to Dreadbore here?
I think he's trying to decide how many Nahiris have I gotten rid of at this point.
Now, he knows that there's still 2 more turns before Nahiri goes off, because she's at 7, needs to be at 8, so bam, jumps up to 9. Next turn we'll be able to get it. So, Dreadbore destroys our creature or planeswalker. Yeah, so it has to be activated on Charles' turn.
That's what I was looking for. I wanted to see when Charles needed to deploy. So here's the Seared Vision. Now that we're playing with the Ancestral Vision, it's tough to get your visions correct.
Right? You have to say more than here's a visions. Serum Visions, Ancestral Visions.
Planes for turn, passes.
Do you think that the more that some of the players flick their cards, the more nervous they are?
No, I don't think it's nerves. I think it's more, it's just thinking.
Just okay.
Just a constant thought train. It's just moving.
And
okay, so he's gonna
on upkeep. I will attempt to bolt.
Yep.
And Chris can fight over this here, which seems fine to me.
So Snapcaster Mage.
And I will cast Negate. Draw for turn. Bring Nahiri down to 1. Get Emrakul. Move to combat. And enter scoop phase. How were our votes? Did people predict correctly?
Yes.
They did, okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, we were sitting here and getting that discussion going, if Nahiri lands down, it's very hard. Like, it's super quick to tick her up in Modern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, +2.
Yeah,
You're only going to do it twice.
So.
Or once, technically.
Well, twice, because you have starts at 4.
Oh, it starts
goes
at 4.
to
Right,
6
twice.
for that turn.
Yep.
Goes to 8. You have a 3-turn clock once Nahiri hits the battlefield.
So here's the thing. I guess he knows that there is a counter at some point. But with all of that mana, do you Dreadbore? Or do you try to bolt Nahiri on your turn and then Dreadbore?
I know. I think you Dreadbore during your turn. Try to force out some of that counter magic.
Right.
If you knowing that he had the Dreadbore and the bolt, I think you have to just try that.
Sure.
Out.
And he had it in hand, and I wasn't sure why Charles decided to just walk away from the Dreadbore
plan. Yeah, because I think it pretty much cost him the game. But then again, I don't know how many cards Chris had in his hand. If he had a bunch, he's like, well, I play this and you counter it right away. But I still think, worst case, you get some of the counter magic out of the way, or you force the snap counter. Fine.
Sure.
Here's a bolt coming next time. So I think that makes perfect sense for doing it the way that we were discussing.
Right.
But that is a tough match. Like, some of the reason why people play Grixis over Jeskai, Blue, White, Red, American, Nahiri, whatever you want to call it, is because of the threats that it's got available to it, like Castigar and stuff like that, having Inquisitions to be able to strip away cards from people's hands. Like, those are all great, but when it comes down to you're still playing the attrition war and it still takes you a while to chip away at somebody, as opposed to a 3-turn clock once you resolve a Nahiri, like, that's, I don't know, it's hard to want to play Grixis knowing how powerful Nahiri is.
Yeah, sure. So, game 1, round 1, in the books.
In the books. Before we go into points and all that, do you want to look at the ban and restricted?
Let's do it. Let's look.
Alright. Do you have it up?
Nah, I can look it up.
So we've did this previously on stream. We did predictions and stuff like that. I don't think there's going to be any changes.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No changes.
No changes.
Here we go. No changes to any format. Everything is fine the way it is.
Hashtag man is right.
We are perfectly happy with how our formats are currently. Nothing.
Thoughts?
I'm actually okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably the most fun that I've had in Modern.
Ooh.
Since playing.
Yeah.
And I know what we're going to say. You're going to say, Brett, it's only because you're doing this fantastic stream every week, but
your game knowledge has expanded exponentially.
Yeah, I honestly think that we are in a really good place in Modern, at least. I don't know about Legacy, I don't know about Vintage or anything else, but in Modern, it just seems like there's so much fun to be had. Everyone's trying a lot of different things. You do have your Tier 1 decks that people are always sticking with.
Yeah, there's the consistent decks that have been around and are going to be around. Affinity, Infect, that kind of stuff. Control's now a thing, though, which wasn't really... Like, it existed, but it was not a top-tier thing. And that being said, I do think that Abzan lists, or company lists, have gotten a little bit weaker because Control has gotten better because of Nahiri. People are running more Graph Diggers gauges and stuff like that.
Sure.
Overall, though, you can play those kind of decks and just run a little bit more removal to deal with that and stuff. So I think, where we're at is at a pretty good position.
And Cloudpost and I.
Unban Amulet Bloom, Cloudpost and I. Now, I think, as it stands, I think we're at a good spot, personally, about... I don't think we need something banned. I don't think we need something unbanned right now. That might change as more sets come out and more cards get added into the pool.
I mean, I really wanted Wizards just to troll everyone and be like, okay, Splinter Twins back, guys. We got rid of it for a little bit, but we brought it back.
Yeah.
Time to bring back the police.
But see, that's the thing. That wasn't really funny. But I was like, even with the Nahiri coming down on turn 4, it still is 3 extra turns before you win. So it's like where Twins turn 4, got him.
Win?
Sorry, turn 3 you tapped out. Oh, hey, thanks. So Tron not strong enough. Unban I, ban Temple. Hey, I was pushing for it. But, you know, I'm okay with where Tron's at right now.
We sold enough Eldrazi packs. We can bring back Twin.
That's good. So there is our round one.
Can I only quote you? Is that?
No, you can quote that. I think. Just quote. We sold enough Eldrazi packs, so Twin is back. Which is what it goes. Let's.
No quotes were found with that text. Oh, it's add quote.
Add quote. There you go. All right. So while Brett is fiddling with the quotes, let's go over to see our point totals because we had half our players won their matches.
Hey.
What?
What? Crazy.